Let's talk about the data that came out in April. This is the latest data that we have, and the market is changing some. We had some significant changes in the sense that we just had an increase in the median home price of about $5,000. And if you actually look at this graph, you will see that we have that trending uptick. We had that bubble that hit in May last year, and then we rapidly came down. But if you notice, the graph actually slows, and now it went up ever so slightly, which means that we're seeing the market stabilize in pricing as of right now. Even in this environment with the high interest rates, that is happening. Now, let's also look at the number of closings. This is actually down still. And if you look at the graph, you will notice that we just had an uptick, but we are not where we should be seasonally. Why are we seeing less homes sell? Why are there less closings? Well, people purchased the last few years at record low interest rates, and the prices were fairly lower than they are today. So most people are staying put, and there's also an uptick in forbearance, which means people are not making their payments without penalty of it hurting their credit, and that is actually slowing the market as a whole. So you can do a little research on that, but there is an uptick in forbearance because it was extended due to COVID, and since it doesn't hurt people's credit, people are doing it, and they're getting that payment put to the back of the loan, and they're usually sitting at a 3% interest rate, so not a bad penalty for some people out there. All right, now let's look at the number of new listings. Again, we are not where we should be. Why? Because more people are staying put than ever before. So look at the graphs. You will see it's very steady every single year. 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 22, a little higher. We hit a peak because we had people putting their homes on the market. But guess what? 2023, we are not where we should be seasonally, and you can tell we have not even come close to those other peaks. So that is interesting. When we don't have the inventory, that keeps demand up, which means we're going to see the prices stay stable as long as there is demand in place and relatively low inventory. Also, when we look at the graph of available months on availability for the amount of homes that are available, it's 1.9 months. That basically means that's the amount of time for the homes to sell out if there were never any other homes to hit the market in the resale. And we are still not at a place where we should be, but we're more normal in our availability if you look over the last several years. But you could see that we had an uptick when interest rates came up, the inventory went up. That's why prices came down, and now that's still not a high amount of inventory. We did have a slight increase in inventory this past month. It is the summer, that's normal, but it's still not where it should be. We would like to see a little bit more available to keep a more steady market. So overall, we have our prices leveling out. We have less homes hitting the market in the summer months, which is not our normal, and we're not closing as many homes overall. So that has a pretty big impact on supply and demand. So what do I see coming down the pipe? Well, I don't see interest rates changing right now. They seem to be staying where they are. The Fed's not changing that right now. And so I just kind of see more of the same right now. Buyers are still buying because to go rent does not make sense. If you're going to pay $2,500 a month in rent for an average home, that's about what it is right now, then it still could make sense to own a home. And if you're willing to do that over the next 5 years or so, it's not going to matter over time. You will be winning no matter what. So if you're sitting and you've bought a home a few years ago and you need to make some changes, everything is situational. Talk to us. We love to make plans with people and really work for the longevity of your real estate needs. So anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to ask our team. We're here to help you. Have a great day.